So I'm going to recite one beautiful verse, and I want everyone to memorize like last week. Very interesting verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. We all can repeat after me. Sadhunam samachittanam. Sadhunam samachittanam. Sutaram makritatmanam. Sutaram makritatmanam. Darshanam no bhaved bhandaha pumsho akshno savituryatha. Beautiful, beautiful verse. Here, when Krishna delivered this Yamalajana trees who were Nalakuvera and Manikriva, they got cursed. Again, Nalakuvera and Manikriva are the sons of the great treasurer called Kuvera. He holds the whole treasury department of this universe. Again, the connection. The sons had a connection which enhanced or increased their pride. Right? And that's why they got intoxicated. And even though a saintly person came, instead of getting up and bowing down in front of the saintly person, they were enjoying. In fact, they get up with a naked body. Connections are important. With whom we are getting connected, that plays a vital role. Even Shakespeare says that. Tell me your friends, I'll tell your character. Right? Unfortunately, we don't really, we only give importance to the externals. If a person is looking beautiful, yes. If a person is famous, yes. But what is his character? What are his intentions? Shalya was a king. But what happened to Karna? Karna was not able to focus on his battle. Right? So this Nalakuvera and Manigriva, they got so intoxicated when a saintly person came and stood in front of this Nalakuvera and Manigriva, they just got up naked. And Narada Muni said, oh, you want to be naked like this? So be like a trees. That's why trees are naked. Trees have no dress. It is said that those who are not covering their body, the next life is guaranteed. As per the Shastra, they'll become as a tree. And I know when they come to the consciousness, oh, we made a big, terrible mistake. When they kneel down and say, please forgive us, Narada Muni says, Krishna will come and deliver you personally. So they had a connection which has enhanced the pride, and that's why they became intoxicated. But they had a connection with a sadhu, with a saintly person, only for a brief moment. And what is the return they're getting? Krishna himself will come and deliver them. So this is the words from that particular chapter. Sadhunam samachittanam. Sadhu, a saintly person, is that person. Memorize this verse because it's very important verse. Sadhunam, it's very simple Sanskrit also. Sadhunam samachittanam. Sama means equal, chittana means he has an equal disposition towards happiness or distress or friend or enemy. He does not differentiate.
What is the bars?
Huh? Bars. 10, 10, 41. Can you repeat the first line? Sadhunam Samachitta. It's very simple. Sadhunam Samachitta. Sutaram Mattatmanam. Sutaram means completely. How he got this disposition of he's not differentiating between enemy and friend, distress or happiness, because of his complete shelter, complete surrender towards Krishna. Sutaram Mat Kritatmanam. Mat means the Lord or the devotee. Sutaram means completely. Mat Kritatmanam means they're completely dedicated to my Lord. They're surrendered unto me. Can you try the two lines? Sadhuna, Sutaram, Mat Kritatmanam. Okay, Sutaram Mat Kritatmanam. And now there is a very nice comparison what this verse also is speaking about. Well, Sadhu is good. Sadhu is he's having equal disposition, and he's always, why? Because he's always taking the shelter of Krishna. So what? The third line is very important. Darshana no bhaved bandha. When you take the darshan of that devotee, darshana, simple, right? Darshana no bhaved bandha. When you take a darshan of that devotee, you will never get entangled in this material life. That is the power of a devotee. That's why the Nalakuvera and Manikriva, when they got in touch with Narada Muni, only for brief moment, they got the golden opportunity. That opportunity which they never got by being in touch with his parents. Right? You got it right? Darshana no bhave bandha. Can we tell the three lines now? Sadhunam tamachittanam sutaram matratatmanam. Third line. Darshanam no bhave bandha. See, bandha means bondage. No bhave means no, you will never get entangled. You'll never get binded to this material world. When you have a darshan. It's a very simple Sanskrit. And the last line is it's a comparison what the sloka is giving. Pumsho akshno savitur yata. Savitur means sun. In Surya Namaskaras, we do this Om Savitre Namaha. We do this. Just like when the sun comes, can you see any darkness? You can never see the darkness, right? So, when we start seeing the sun face to face, then you will never see the darkness. But if you cover yourself with a comforter, that's a different story. It looks like a dark, but the sun has the power to dispel. Just like the sun has the power to dispel the darkness, similarly, when you see a devotee who is sincere, then you will never get binded to this material. So what is the first point we have discussed? Can we try the last four lines? The last line is Pumsho Akshnoho or Pumsho Akshno. You can say it both ways. Pumsho Akshnoho Savitur Yata. Yata means similarly. Savitur means sun. Pumsho Akshno. Akshna means eyes. When you see sun face to face, not face to face, but you know what I'm talking about, then there is no darkness. Pumsho Akshno Savitur Yata. Can we try? See, the reason why I'm asking you to memorize certain slokas is when you memorize, you're associating with Krishna. You're having a connection with Krishna. When you're having connection with Krishna, there is no concept of demotivation. There is no concept of failure. Can we try? Sadhunam samachittanam sutaram matritatmanam. Third line. Darshanam na bhave bandha. Pumsho means Pumsho Akshno Savitur Yata. One more time. This is interesting. Samachittana Sukaram Kritatmana Darshanam Na Bhave Bandha Pumsho Akshno Savitur Yata. Anyone wants to try? Yes, try, Mother. Go for it.
Sadhunam samachityanam darshanam.
So completely.
Saram
Kritatmanam Bandaha. That's fine. Paraphrase it. It's okay. See? It's very easy when you break the words and memorize. And see, memorizing is not just the art of knowing how many slokas I know. It's about connecting with Krishna. Why? Shastra says Bhagavatam is non-different to Krishna. So when you are saying the sloka, that means you are connecting with Krishna. Anyone else want to try from Prabhuji's side? अरे माता जी से बोल दिया प्रभु जी से
जगन्नाथ रत्न जगन्नाथ చెప్తున్నాడు
Any other माता जी wants to try? Come on. Any other माता जी? Darshanam. Show you, that's fine. You paraphrase it, that's okay. But Pumsho Akshnu Yat Savitur Yat. So what is the first thing we discuss? Connections. So when we don't have the right connections, you might be knowledgeable, you might be skillful, but you will lose your vision in the time of need. Okay? In the time of crisis, you will lose the vision. Just like Arjuna was knowledgeable and skillful, but he lost his vision. So when you have a right connection, then you will know how to make right choice. So what is the first thing we discussed so far? Connections. So when we have a right connections, then what happens is we make a right choice. Again, same from Mahabharata. Krishna was sleeping. When Krishna was sleeping, Duryodhan goes. Huh? Yeah. So Duryodhan goes because Duryodhan is a very diplomatic person and he wanted the Narayaniya Sena of Krishna. The Narayaniya Sena is very powerful. So he goes and when he sees Krishna was sleeping, so Duryodhan will go and sit right next to Krishna's head. So his strategy was the moment Krishna opens his eyes, I'm the first one to be seen. So I can put my demands. Arjuna also comes. Arjuna sees Krishna was sleeping. So Arjuna sits at the feet of Krishna. So Krishna is a Bhakta Vatsal. The moment he opens his eyes, he sees Arjuna. Oh, Arjun, when did you come? You didn't even wake me up. Arjuna says, I came here first. You're talking to Arjun. Choices. The second is choices, right? Because he had a good connection. Arjuna had a good connection with Krishna. Look at the choices what these two personalities are making. So Krishna talks to Arjun, and when Duryodhan says, he says, you know what, he's a younger than you. So younger should get the first preference. Right? We always pamper the younger kids than the older ones. It's okay. And he says, look, I'm putting a condition, I'm not going to lift any weapon in the battlefield. Now you pick Narayana Sena, my Sena, or you can pick me also. Arjuna says, I know what I want. I want you. I don't care if the whole Narayana Sena is going to come and fight with us. Duryodhan was like in jubilant mode. He was happy. If this guy is not going to pick the weapon, what is the value of this guy? On the contrary, I'm getting the whole Narayana Sena, which is the most powerful Sena. He says, Arjuna, he says, that's fine, I'll give chance to him. But he was praying intensely that he should not ask Narayana Sena. When he hears this word, he gets very happy. So the point what I'm trying to make is because of the wrong connection, Duryodhan's connection was always with Shakuni. Right? Duryodhan, the Shakuni always used to give importance to quantity. He never gave importance to quality. If he would have given importance to quality, then Shakuni would have said, hey, pick Krishna. And when Duryodhan said, I want, what is the value of you? I'm okay with Narayana saying. And this is what happens to all of us. We give importance to our WhatsApp friends, connections, but how much they can help us, right? One friend is sufficient to make a good choices. That's why we need a good mentor in our life. When we don't have a mentor in our life, see, one thing I always tell is as you start getting familiarized with something, the familiarity contents what familiarity breeds to. Basically, that is what will happen with all of us. Wife and husband, when they're newly married, there is a respect. But as the years passes, what happens? There is no respect. Fighting, arguments. The same thing will happen to us also with process too. When we come in touch with spirituality, you have established the connection, which is the best connection. But when you get familiarized, then what happens? It will lose its charm. That's why one should never become familiarized with spirituality. Should always have this mood of knowing more, wanting to know more. What should I do? When you say I'm a senior, I know everything, gone. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. That inquisitiveness has to be there. So with the connections, what comes? We can make right choices. How can you make right choices when you have a connection with who? With Krishna or his devotees. That's why sadhu nam samachittana. Everyone. So, repeat all together. Sadhu nam samachittana. Sutaram matkritatmana. Darshtanan nabhave bandha. Pumsho akshno savitur. So with the connections come the right choices. With the right choices comes, you will never be confused. No, even though you make the right choices, even though you make the right choices, the challenging situations will come in our lives. Arjuna had whose connection? Krishna's connection. He was able to make the right choice. He said, I want you, Krishna. How many challenges Pandavas have gone through? Correct? How many challenges? It has gone to a point where they were about to kill Bhima also. They're about to poison Bhima. When Arjuna goes to the heavenly kingdoms to meet his father Indra, Indra never shares his throne with anyone. But Indra says, please sit with me. And Arjuna sat right next to Indra. But Arjuna started to look at one heavenly damsel continuously. So Indra felt that maybe he wanted to have some association with this heavenly damsel. So when the whole introduction was done, uh, Indra says, please go and take rest. So Arjuna goes and takes rest there. When Arjuna was resting, Indra will make arrangement to send this heavenly damsel whom he was continuously staring, Urvashi. It was the most beautiful damsel. So he felt that maybe he wanted to have some association of this lady. And when this Urvasi enters the place where Arjuna was resting, the moment Arjuna sees Urvashi, immediately he folds his hands and starts offering his obeisance. Urvashi says, what is this? I came to enjoy with you. But Arjuna says, no, I was staring at you because you were wife of my ancestor called Pururava. Grandfather, grandmothers, will they look beautiful? They'll have a soggy skin, So I was continuously looking at you, looking at the dynamics of the heavenly planets. Even though you are the wife of my great grandfather, but still you're looking so beautiful. So I was amazed by this heavenly dynamics. And I have a motherly feelings towards you. And you know what Urvashi does? Urvashi curses Arjun. She'll say, you don't deserve to have this masculinity. May your masculinity get perished. And Indra gets involved. Oh, don't curse him. At least, do it only for 1 year. Challenges come. Connection. He had a right connection with Krishna. He was able to make right choice. He said, Krishna, I want you. But challenges come. When challenges came, what did Arjuna do? Because he had a connection with Krishna, sadhunam samachitta. Please repeat. This sloka you have to memorize, please. Chittana utaram matritat dashananna bhave bhandha puruso akshno savituryata. Because Krishna was with him all the time. What did Arjuna say? That's fine. He was able to see some positivity in the curse also. He was able to see positivity in the failure too. That eunuch, that masculinity, losing masculinity, he was able to use it when he was in Agnatavash, the last 1 year of their exile. If Duryodhan comes to know that the Pandavas are here, then again they have to go for 13 more years of exile, 14 more years, or whatever. So when we have the right connection, we know how to make right choices. And these right choices will help us to deal with the challenges. Mother Kunti, I think I'll take 5. There's so much to discuss, but I'll just take 5 more minutes and we'll end it here. Mother Kunti, she was the person who was supposed to be the ruler. Pandu was the one who got the whole property. But Mother Kunti was begging. And there were days where she used to drink glass of water because Bhima is a voracious eater. Whatever food she used to cook, she used to make half. One half goes to Bhima, and the other half is divided to all the 4 Pandavas, including Kunti. So Bhima eats fast and says, my dear mother, you have more. And Kunti used to cry. If a kid asks mother, I want to eat more, and if there is nothing to serve, it's the worst thing what a mother can experience. So she used to cry and give the share to Bhima, saying that you eat my share. And there were days she used to drink glass of water and sleep. Challenges come. But what did Kunti Maharani say? Kunti Maharani said, let the calamities come upon me again. Because these calamities are strengthening my connection to you, Krishna. Going back to the bug story, the bug who was in the neem tree, as long as he or she is happy on the neem tree, no problem. The moment the bug thinks, I want to experience, I want to know who I am. Is my life just filled with the bitterness? Let me go and see what the other tree has. Then you get the reality. Then you get the truth. Challenges come, but challenges, you know how to deal with it. To deal with the challenges, one needs commitment. And that commitment is based upon our attitude. And when do you get the right attitude? Sadhunam samachittana sutaram matvatmana darshananna bhave bhandha pumso akshno savituryata. Mother Kunti was continuously thinking about Krishna. That's why Kulashekar Alvar gives a beautiful verse. With this verse, I'll end it here. So Kulashekar Alvar says the real medicine is only one. That's the holy word. Vyamoha prashamaushadam munimano vritti pravrittaushadam Daityendraratikaraushadam tribhuvane sanjeevanaikaushadam Bhaktyatyantahitaushadam tribhuvana sanjeevanaikaushadam Shreyapraptikaraushadam Pivamana Shri Krishna Divyaushadam Pivamana Shri Krishna Divyaushadam. There is only medicine. Kulashekar Alvar is a great king. Kulashekar Alvar is a great king, and he is advocating that the only medicine in the whole universe is the Holy Name. There is no difference between the name Krishna and the form Krishna. Padma Purana explains that Nama Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Abhignatva Nama. There is no difference between the name and the form. Kunti Maharani, even though her connection was not physical with Krishna, but still by remembrance, she was always in connection with Krishna. That's why she was able to make right choices. That's why she was able to deal with the challenges with the right commitment. Vyamoha prasamaushadam. If at all you want any medicine for the illusion, Munimano vritti pravrittaushadam. Even the saintly persons also need some medicine. What is that medicine? Daityendrarati karaushadam. Daityas. To subdue all the demoniac forces, you need a medicine. Not killing someone or not launching some missiles. No. Daityendrarati karaushadam. Tribhuvane sanjeevanai kaushadam. I don't know how many of you got flu this season. It was deadly. Right? The way I was coughing, the way I had both chills and sweat at the same time. I never experienced this. My whole blanket became wet. At the same time, I was shivering. And I still have the cough. The cough is still lingering. Tribhuvane, there's only one medicine which can cure the all three planetary systems. Bhaktya Tyanta Hitaushadam. What is that hita? What is that thing which the devotees can get nourished? Bhava Bhaya Prajvamshanai Kaushadam. We all have a fear in this material world. AI is coming, will we have a job? We will lose our jobs. Bhava Bhaya. Prajvamshanai. The biggest fear is the death. Death is like 42,000 scorpions biting at the same time. Or in other words, you put that hand in the door and 42,000 times you bang the door. Graphic, right? That is equivalent to scorpion biting. One scorpion. That is the biggest fear. Shreya Prapti Karaushadam. What is the one which can give the best welfare? Shreya. Piba Mana Sri Krishna Divya Aushadam. Drink the nectar of the holy name, O mind. Kulashekar Alvar is begging the mind. So we may not have Krishna physically in front of us, but we have Krishna in the form of the holy name. It is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give this wonderful revelation to all of us that there is no difference between Krishna and the form Krishna. The holy name is, if you have to convert the whole personality Krishna into a literary form, into a mantra form, that is holy name. That is Krishna. That's why when Draupadi was getting disrobed, no one came to her rescue. And what did she do? Hey, Madhusudana, she rose her hand. Let my chastity get compromised. Because she had that connection with Krishna through the holy name. So we might not have Krishna physically with us, but this is a medium. Narasimha Prabhu has given his home where we all can come and hear about the glories of Krishna. And very soon, in ISKCON Tampa is opening a center. That is a place where you all can come and hear about the glories of Krishna, where you can strengthen, bolster your connection with Krishna. One more time. Sadhunam samachinam sutaram bhakratam darshanam nabhave andaha pumso akshmo savituryata. That Krishna who was physically with Arjuna can also be with us by taking the names, by taking the holy names of Krishna. That's why the Shastra says, Harin Nama, Harin Nama, Harin Nama eva kevalam, Hello Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva. There is no other way, no other way, no other. What is that way? Taking the name of Him. The moment you say Krishna, Krishna is right here, but we cannot see. We don't have that vision. We're only engrossed in knowledge and skill, but we're not giving importance to visions. That vision comes when we read Shastra. That vision comes when we associate with devotees. And this is a golden opportunity that we all can come together and hear this wonderful message, wonderful narrations from Srimad Bhagavatam, by which we can establish our connection. So what did we discuss? To summarize, we started with, we should know with whom we are connecting. With the connection comes, we make the right choices. When we make the right choices, we will encounter challenges, but we know how to deal the challenges. And we will deal the challenges with right commitment. And that commitment comes with the right attitude. Right? So when we have, there are so many things we can discuss from Mahabharata. Mahabharata, that's why they say one should lead their life like Ramayana. One should learn how to live by reading Mahabharata. One should know how to leave this body by reading Srimad Bhagavatam. So it's a golden opportunity for all of you, for those who are from St. Pete. I think our Sriram Prabhu is going to put some presentation also.
Today was very powerful, making the right choice. So we have to make the right choice, whether we spend another 15-20 minutes on this one presentation and have for stuff. So make the right choice.
So this is a golden opportunity, and yeah. So with one last statement, and maybe I'll ask, leave it for some forum. Yeah.
Beyond
Prabhuji, కొంచెం గట్టిగా కొంచెం. Yeah, that's fine.
No, there's a question, one question. Maybe you can get it ready. Yeah.
Even if the obvious person will kill chicken stamp, chicken will have it. That will reply
Yeah. But what is the question then?
We have to make right choices.
See, his question is, Shakuni came in touch with the Kauravas only with one reason. Haribol. There's a question here. So Shakuni wanted to associate with Kauravas. He had a motive. The motive was to kill all the Kauravas. because his whole family was put behind the bars. Now, even though you are pretending as if I'm your well-wisher, unless and until you know the intention of the other person, you cannot really establish connection. Duryodhan, he was the one who ordered the whole Sakuni family to be behind the bars. What happened to his buddhi? When Sakuni came and started to glorify Duryodhan, he fell prey to all the glorifications. When you don't have the vision, you fall prey to the cheap things. So these are all details, but the main thing what we have to understand is when we don't have the right vision, that vision will enable us to get carried away with the situation what we are encountering. People might come and say, I'm your well-wisher. People might come and say, I'm your best friend, but he might have a wrong intention. So that's why sadhunam samachittanam, we should associate with that devotee who is equipoised. And that person who has completely taken shelter. Srila Prabhupada has taken complete shelter. Right? We can depend on his purports, wonderful purports. Each purports, as Sri Ram Prabhu was saying yesterday, it's a letter, a personal letter from Krishna. Krishna is responding to us when we read a purport. So, any other questions from anyone? No? No questions? Either everything is all clear, nothing else clear.
All the points you summarized, just we have to contemplate in our heart. That's important.
One last time, let's repeat the sloka. This sloka you have to memorize and see. One thing, what we have to do is throughout the day, if you can just keep on singing, that means you're associating with your connection with Krishna also will increase. Then our chanting will become nice. Otherwise, don't think that chanting means taking the beads and saying Hare Krishna, and done. Keep the bead, hang the beads. Chanting, we will discuss sometime later from first canto, fifth chapter, wonderful verses about why we have to chant. Nardamuni tells to Vyasa, maybe next time we'll do that. So when we keep on thinking on the same lines, then when we sit for chanting, we start giving our heart to Krishna. Otherwise, it's just a mechanical Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Dena Krishna chanted whole 1 round in 1 minute. I was going in the car. Before they go to school, I'll make sure that at least they'll chant 1 minute. 1 minute japa ho gaya. How is it possible? Seriously, I chanted, Nana. I said, are you doing like this? Sudarshan Chakra, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. I said, no, chant 1 more. I said, take the beat and chant. Then it took 4 minutes, 5 minutes. I think I'm skipping the beats. Anyways, thank you all. Sorry I took so long. Huh? Yes, one last time. Sadhu Sutaram Ashtanam Nave Bhanda Sumso Akshno Savitu. But at least you were able to paraphrase that verse, but now you start going and memorize, not memorize, but just keep looking at the verse. Looking at the verse is as good as seeing Krishna face. There are some devotees I've seen, they keep the slokas every nook and corner of their house. Wherever they go, they'll keep looking at the slokas. That means you're looking at Krishna. Okay? Thank you all. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srimad Prabhupada ki jai.
Dear devotees, let's give the